Welcome back to 843 TV. We're here now with LeNolon Edge. He's the Building and Planning Services Director for the Jasper County Planning and Building Department. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Glad to be here.
So tell everybody a little bit about your office and what kind of projects are you guys working on?
Okay, our office in Planning and Building for Jasper County, we see a lot of different projects. I mean, no day is really the same. So one thing that we've found that is very important is that we have some tenets that we stand by, so that no matter what comes through our office, we handle these the same way. And I'd like to share that it's simply making sure that we offer a great customer service, that we work with integrity, that we're fair, and that we're consistent in the way we do things. And I feel, or we feel strongly, that if we consistently do things that way, there's no question about how we operate.
Can you tell us about the new speculative buildings that are going into the industrial parks in Jasper County, and what does that mean for regional economic development? Right,
we have several new projects that are going in Jasper County in different parts of the county, which is good. So it's not just focused in one area. There's one at the exit 33 in the Point South area. That's a speculative building that we're going to have placed out there. There's also one going in at the Cypress Ridge Industrial Park on Highway 278 in Ridgeland. The Riverport development, which I'm sure you've heard a lot about.
Oh yeah.
I was involved when I was in Hardyville in that process and getting getting that planned development district going, and now to see the fruits of our labor and to see that they have a spine road in there, and we're expecting to have a tenant in there very soon. So very excited about that. But what that means for regional economic development is the fact that we now have product that prospective developers or folks that are looking to come bring in industry, they have a place that they can go in easily.
Place that's already available for them to move into. It makes it a little more appealing that way, doesn't it?
Well, and Hardyville is growing so fast. I mean, Jasper County is too. I mean, as Hilton Head grew into Bluffton, and Bluffton's now growing into Hardyville.
Right.
I'm sure that makes your job. You get a lot more people wanting requests for permits and all that sort of thing.
That's right, and that kind of goes back to what I mentioned earlier about the way we operate. We have to do it consistently, and I think that also adds value.
Yeah.
When the customer knows what to expect, it makes everything go a lot more smoothly.
That's good.
One of the things I've heard is that Jasper County is going to upgrade their airport runway. Is all this connected? Tell us a little bit about that and what it might mean for the county.
Absolutely, that's another very important economic development opportunity for the county. As you may know, there's a regional airport in Jasper County in Ridgeland. The existing runway is 2,700 feet.
Oh, okay.
One thing that's interesting about that is that it currently lines up directly with the K through 12 school.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you're standing in the lobby,
That's scary.
It is, right, absolutely. But what this new runway does is it reorients it, and it also extends it. So now we're looking at a 4,700 foot runway, which will accommodate larger planes. And currently, Jasper County leases some of the hangars there. And with the reorganizing, the old runway will become a taxiway. So we use what's already in place, keep the cost down. And then we have additional facilities for those, basically hangars for the airplanes, and it will accommodate up to 64 new hangars. So it'll be redone, looks very nice, and it's going to be attractive.
Well, that makes sense too with the industrial space. Then you have the corporate guys coming in, they can fly their planes in, it's just convenient.
Correct.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Anytime you're talking about planning and building, code is always a big issue. So code enforcement in Jasper County, like everywhere, is very important. Tell us why it's so important in Jasper and what you guys are doing with that right now.
Well, one thing that we recognize is that Jasper, and we're centrally located. For the low country, regardless of where you're going, you're probably going to have to come through some part of Jasper County if you're going to go into some of the other areas. We understand that it's a very important corridor, and it needs to look nice. It needs to be appealing. That really kind of sets the tone of what people see when they come to the low country. So it's very important to do that. We also understand that, or we've seen that there's a connection between the way things look and crime rates.
Really?
So there are a lot of connections that way. We want people to have a respect for themselves as well as for the community. We think it's very important that it looks good. One of the challenges that we have is that we understand that Jasper County is a, I guess you can call it a fairly poor county, and it's kind of hard to enforce without burdening those
Yeah.
citizens.
It's a fine line.
Yeah, it's a fine line. So right now we're in the process of updating our ordinance to address some of the administrative and code enforcement issues, but we want to do it with a kind personal touch.
Yeah. It's
Those
got to
are
be
normal
realistic.
growing pains.
Absolutely.
I mean, Bluffton went through that too, and I'm sure Hardyville's going through that too.
Absolutely.
But growth is good.
That's right.
Growth means that there's money coming, which
Absolutely.
is always a good problem.
Absolutely.
Was there anything else that you would like to just clear up or clarify or talk about?
Well, I would just say that there's a lot of opportunity, as we know, in Jasper County. We were speaking with some residents recently, and they think about the fact that, well, we've heard about these things coming. We've heard about it. It's supposed to be 5 years ago, but it takes time.
It takes forever.
Anything of that magnitude
Absolutely.
takes a while.
Absolutely. So we want it right now, but it's going to take some time for that to develop. But I want
Patience.
to make sure that everyone understands that we have some great things in place and we're moving forward.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, thank you. Glad to be
And
here.
thank you for watching 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.